All right, real quick, it's yours truly, Mr. Taliaferro. Before the video starts, it would mean the world to me if you follow me on Twitter, Instagram. That's how my business grows. It's Mr. Taliaferro on your screen right now. When you follow and subscribe to me, you become one of the Pharaohs. That's how I talk business, and that's how you support a young hustler out here getting it. All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing? So, Ice Cube, the legend Ice Cube, salute to Ice Cube, got that Big 3 league about to enter their second season. I'm going to watch Big 3 this year, y'all. For those who don't know, Ice Cube created a basketball league because he's such a fan of the sport for former NBA players to participate in it. And that thing is picking up some steam. They've added some really good additions. For those who don't know that Big 3 roster, head over to Fox's website and you can kind of get updated on the names. They got Amari Stoudemire tuning in this year. A lot of great players over there at the Big 3 that will be participating this year. Some guys that you will know. Last year, there were a couple names that a lot of people didn't know. You know what I mean? But this year, there are going to be names that the common basketball fan will know. Now, let's get into the story here. Ice Cube is doing press for the Big 3 League, and he was asked, like a lot of people who are doing interviews right now. I think I seen Black Thought do an interview the other day. He was asked, Ice Cube was asked about the Drake and Pusha T beef. Everybody is talking about this beef, and Ice Cube gave his comments on Drake. Now, I'm going to get into Ice Cube's comments, and then I will get back with my response. And please, y'all enter the comment section and tell me what y'all think. So Ice Cube said on the beef, he pretty much was like, I think Drake's reign at number 1 is over. And he didn't say if it was specifically the Pusha T feud that did it, but he said your reign becomes over. I think the audience has determined that. You can have 3 years and own the airways, but then it's time for somebody else. That's just the pattern. That was the pattern with me. He also admitted that his son was keeping him in tune. O'Shea Jackson Jr., a great actor, the guy that played Ice Cube in the NWA film, his son, right, was keeping him up to date with the Drake and Pusha T feud as Ice Cube is very busy. So he's saying Drake is no longer the number 1 guy in the sport. Now, let's be fair to Ice Cube. I would imagine only certain artists get to Ice Cube, right? You got to be on a certain level for you to even get to Ice Cube at this point. And any legend that's similar to Ice Cube, right? So Ice Cube's on the West Coast. I would imagine guys on the West Coast get to Ice Cube. But other than that, we're probably talking about Ice Cube only listening to Drake from the new school, Drake, Kendrick, Cole. He might hear a Migos record every now and then. He might hear Kanye. He might hear a little Travis Scott, maybe that might slip through the cracks. But we cutting it thin at that point. Anything else? So you got to be on a certain level, and maybe Big Sean as well, right? But anyways, now you're talking about specific artists that Ice Cube is looking for that he might hear outside of that. So for him to say Drake is no longer at number 1, that would make me think he doesn't listen to a lot of rap, because in my opinion, and I believe in a lot of other people's opinions, Drake hasn't been number 1 for the last 2 years. And I want you guys to comment in the comment section what y'all think. In my opinion, Kendrick has taken the title at number 1, taking the title at number 1. I think that happened maybe 2 years ago. Now, in regards to Drake, I think he had it longer than 3 years. I think I seen Ice Cube say your reign at number 1 is only 3 years. Honest to God truth, after Wayne fell off, a strong case can be made that Drake held that title at number 1 in somewhere between 09, 010, maybe a little later than that, to about 2015, maybe 2016. Maybe around the Meek beef is when we first started cracking some holes in the Drake top number 1, because Meek brought up the ghostwriting allegations, and I think it was all downhill from there from a rapper. Now, Drake became a bigger star. He's a huge pop star, but from a rap standpoint, we're talking about hip hop. When people start saying you got ghostwriters, that's the beginning of the end for an artist, or what I've historically seen. Now, I think Drake might have had 4 to 5 years at number 1. That's my opinion, because his music, he was rapping. That boy was spitting for years, right? And Kendrick, after Good Kid, Mad City, some people say his reign was right there. I would say it happened maybe a couple years later. I would say for sure Kendrick took over, maybe 2017 end of maybe 2016, 2017, I'd say somewhere in between there. That's when Kendrick started winning all the awards. He started performing like crazy. After To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I feel like Kendrick, his status just increased. Remember, he was Grammy nominated. Then he won a Grammy for that one as well. I think right around there is when we're saying Kendrick took over, in my opinion. But a couple things here. This conversation is very complex because, in my opinion, Kendrick's music doesn't reach the amount of people that Drake's music does. Drake's obviously a bigger star, and I think Drake makes more music for more different types of people to be able to listen to. I think the common person, if you grouped two people from two different sides of the world, would know a Drake record before they know a Kendrick record. Drake's record is, to me, gender neutral a lot of the times. It's race neutral a lot of times. A lot of people enjoy Drake's music. I said that to say it kind of depends on what you look at. If you're keeping it hip hop in this hip hop thing, I think Kendrick's got to be your guy number one, right? Kendrick or Cole? Kendrick or Cole to me got to be your guys. I'm rolling with Kendrick. But if you're saying like, yo, in the grand scheme of who's the biggest rapper in the world, that has to still be, I would still say Drake's the biggest rapper. His records are top number one longer than anyone else's. His records, again, reach many different types of people. Him performing, I would say Drake's I don't know, man. Drake and Kendrick on this stage is close, man. It's a pretty close battle. I'm just saying, I think Drake makes better records for more people than Kendrick do. I'm sorry. I think Drake makes better music than Kendrick. I don't know if he raps better than Kendrick, but he makes better music than Kendrick. My opinion. Yo, y'all talk to me in the comment box below. Ice Cube says Drake can no longer be the number one guy. Please comment on that first, and then tell me who y'all think is the number one guy and what criteria that y'all have for top rapper in the world. And is Drake still the biggest rapper in the world? Let's talk about it in the comment box below. We love these hip-hop conversations. If you're new to my platform, it's your first video ever watching it. We do this all the time on my platform. So please subscribe, join the family. The Ferros is what they call the family around here. Talk to me. This hip-hop. Thank y'all for the time. Love, support. Don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty. Yeah.